Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my review of this very special LEGO set, the Trade Federation Troop Carrier. This was a gift with purchase item during the May 4th event, and it comes with 8 battle droids. Pretty crazy to get something like this for free. This video was not sponsored by LEGO, all opinions are my own. Now let's get straight into the review. It's a very simple but nice looking box design, showing off the troop carrier in the grass fields of Naboo. This of course has the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace emblem on it, as well as the LEGO anniversary. And the back is also very clean, just has the set kind of laid out for us to see in more detail. Inside we find 3 numbered plastic bags, an instruction booklet, mine was all folded up unfortunately, but hey, no stickers, amazing. And also this loose 2x14 plate. Seems decent, let's put this guy together right away. First off, some objective information about set 40686, the Trade Federation Troop Carrier. It came out on May 1st this year as a gift with purchase item for the May 4th wave of LEGO Star Wars sets. And it's part of both the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars as well as the Phantom Menace, on which it's clearly based. If you spent over $160 on Star Wars sets during this May 4th event, you would receive this set free of charge. And I know this is kind of dumb to include, but we gotta be thorough. If this wasn't a gift with purchase, it would have cost about $30, meaning in value it would have been 11 cents per piece, which is decent for Star Wars. In weight, however, it weighing 172 grams, you'd pay 17 cents per gram, which is pretty high actually, but hey, we're not paying for it after all, so we're good. It comes with a whopping 8 battle droids, 2 of which are the updated pilot battle droids. Here are the spare parts I ended up with, and the instruction booklet has a total of 50 pages. Now, this little vehicle is based on the Platoon attack craft, which is technically in the Phantom Menace, but this is all we see of it during the entire runtime. It was used during the invasion of Naboo alongside the massive MTTs. It's basically a smaller version of that. There isn't a ton of visual reference for this vehicle, but we do have this image from the Star Wars Complete Vehicles new edition. It's not much, but at least we can get an idea. First, let's check out the droids in this set though. This new pilot battle droid is an updated version of the last one we got, because this time around the tan print on the torso goes a bit further up and they added a black circle on the chest. It is a tiny change, but hey, it's more detail. Overall, just a decent little B1. You get 2 of these in the set. Then the regular battle droids, these have looked great since forever. One of those instances where the design is so timeless, they probably never have to change it, it just works very well. And you get 6 of these guys with a troop carrier, which is pretty dope. Building the vehicle was exactly what you'd expect. Super straightforward and simple, no interesting building techniques, no super special pieces used. Honestly, for once, there's nothing really special worth mentioning, I guess. Took me about 25 minutes to build, including the filming. The thing measures 21 centimeters long, 7 centimeters high, and 8.5 centimeters wide, making it a decent size for what it is. Overall, it simply looks quite nice. This obviously was never going to be a super epic set because the original vehicle simply isn't all that special, but it's cool to have this thing sitting in your droid army to carry them around. It is a more functional vehicle, I suppose. Also worth mentioning already now, this is a remake sort of the 2001 battle droid carrier. It's very nostalgic, I love that about this. Now let's begin at the front. I gotta say, I don't love these blocky slope pieces they used here. I think the more rounded ones might have looked a tad better. Also because the original is pretty smooth looking. There's the little light on the side which can move up and down, and some room for your first pilot battle droid. It's a pretty tiny slot for him, but it does fit, and the second one can be placed directly behind him, and there's actually quite some room here to put some other stuff on it if you want. It's a pretty basic design up front, but the original thing doesn't lend itself for much crazy stuff either. It simply is quite simple. Moving further back, we have these smooth rounded pieces going all around the sides, which are interrupted by these circular thingies. Not sure what they are, but they are here, utilizing these inverted round tiles. Very clean looking like that. And well, this section of course holds the rack of droids. You can slide that in and out like so, it's really smooth actually. This also is the most basic of builds. These plates are attached with clips and they can fold up and down, which is supposed to replicate the droids being deployed on the ground. It's a pretty cool feature. On the front of this rack is a space for you to store the droids' blasters, and then the droids themselves, you're supposed to put them in like so, but they can easily stand upright or even folded inward like older sets. It really just is what you prefer, I suppose. This particular position seems to be a callback to the original droid carrier from 2001, and the same can be said for the placement of these blasters. The real thing doesn't even have that, but more about that later. Once all your droids are in, you simply shove it on the carrier and you're ready for battle. When it's in though, you can only fold down these elements so far, but I'm assuming what you're supposed to do is pull it out about this far and then make them go down. That's what seems logical to me. The bottom of the carrier has some nice trans smooth pieces, so it slides nicely across surfaces. And then also, it comes with a 25th anniversary brick. Why? I could not tell you, it's kinda random, but it's nice to have another one, I guess. So, well, there's the troop carrier. It looks nice, but let's see if it's actually accurate to the real thing. Obviously, first of all, the real thing is much smoother. The curvy shaping of the original is near impossible to recreate with Lego, but they did an alright job at this scale. I can see what they try to do with these pieces over here. It is kind of similar. But again, this front panel should have been a smoother piece, in my opinion, that might have looked a bit sleeker overall. It seems they did get the width right though. This middle part is pretty darn wide, and some of the older droid carriers got this very wrong. This gun section though is nowhere to be found on the original vehicle, but that seems to be based off of that original design from 2001. It's kind of a creative liberty, if you will, and I really like it. It's nice to have. What does bother me a little bit is this dish piece is so high up, especially because you can literally put it one hole lower and it will look more accurate, which is what I did here, so, well, there you go. Now, overall, the real one is a lot larger. The Lego one is scaled down quite a bit, but I think it's in line with what Lego does nowadays, and I wouldn't want this to be much bigger anyway. It's kind of just good as it is. I actually had the pieces for my 2011 droid carrier lying around, so I put that back together for a quick little comparison. Most notably is the color. The 2011 version is not very accurate in my opinion. Based off just this photo, I'd say the brown is closer, but when you look online, it's very mixed. I do feel like it should match the MTTs, which are really brown, so well, 1 point for the new droid carrier. I do like the front more of the old one, with the grills and the smooth slope. I kind of wish they did this with the new one too, so this really has to go to the 2011 droid carrier. The old one also has these kind of ski pieces on the bottom, which, looking at a reference, that actually is much closer and a huge missed opportunity for this new one. That should have been included. I'm sorry, but that is another point to 2011. The width of the whole thing, however, has to go to the new one. This old version is way too skinny and does not really have the overall shaping right, I'd say, so that goes to the new one. And this droid rack, the 2011 version, is all the way off. As much as I like the droid sitting in this position, it's just not accurate at all. It is nice that it doesn't have the inaccurate blaster space in front just by having them sit next to the droids, but it's just not it. Definitely a point to the new version for looking more accurate. Overall, the new one is better, I'd argue, apart from some little details like the skis and that bit at the front. I think it is a super cool thing to have. It's different, of course, because you can't actually go ahead and buy this. Besides the secondary market, of course. Now, I would have loved for this set to just be a regular set, so I can army build a droid army using these. Unfortunately, though, it isn't. Let's check out the pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
The amount of droids is very nice, of course, especially with the updated pilot droids, and it's nice to see a little bit of a better design compared to most other ones we've seen in the past. But what I think is a mistake is making this particular thing a gift with purchase. As much as I love getting something like this for free, this could have been fantastic as an army builder like I just mentioned. I would have bought like 10 of these if that was the case. Of course, we have the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, but there's only 2 regular B1s in there, so it's not quite the same. You could say it's almost too good of a gift with purchase item. It's just really nice. So to buy or not to buy? Oh wait, I guess there isn't much else to say then. This doesn't really work if you can't actually buy the set. Anyway, I guess that is then it for today. If you liked this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, and then I hope I'll see you in the very next review.